First off, if words like dick, fuck, tits, ass, or shit offend you, and you're into political correctness and pronouns, you can get the fuck out of my website right now. I keep it raw as fuck, like a raw ass fuck, real and wonderful as fuck. And I keep it as raw as a single mama from the hood. She gives zero fucks and takes no shit from no one. The purpose of that statement is, I'm not here to argue or change anyone's beliefs, nor have political discussions. As a former member of the backbone and foundation of America, and living in a different frequency and therefore a different reality than most, I understand how these things work and their purpose. I am not here to fulfill their purpose. I am here to fulfill my purpose. I am seeking people whom keep an open mind and enjoy learning and growing into their best version ever. I'll wait. Okay, let's begin. We are living in the most important defining moment in the universe right now. And I'm truly happy to see you all here and are open-minded to hearing the information I have to share. And when you grasp the concepts I will be sharing, I hope you are as excited as I was when I crossed paths with this technology and knowledge. Who of you watching this wants to be their best version and strives to improve their life? Who of you watching this would love to accomplish a lot more goals and dreams than you currently are? If you could improve your quality of life while simultaneously achieving the prior two statements, raise your hand. Listen. Really, really listen to the information I'm about to share with you. Why NLP, timeline therapy, and hypnosis? Because we love growing into our best version, and it's always good to do something you love. More importantly, personal development is a part of everyone's life, whether we strive for it or not. The universe is the greatest teacher of life. The universe has been around forever. It will always be around, and by effect, so will your personal growth and development. And because it's a part of everyone's life, it's a very large aspect of each individual's life all around the world. It knows no boundaries. And, interestingly enough, in our modern world, with modern medicine and psychology, there are no lasting results that do not bring alternative side effects. There are traditional psychological models which have many benefits, and then you have your local guru that took a course with good intentions, lacking scientific data or necessary life experience. Yet, no one has really found a healthy recipe on how to navigate the world and one's life experiences. And we believe that not only have we found the recipe, but our life experiences provide the supporting evidence to showcase the results. Because people trust true, real, genuine experiences over a course certification. So let's look at some options that are currently available for personal development and mental health. Traditional psychology. As a therapeutic treatment, psychoanalysis generally takes 3 to 5 meetings a week and requires the amount of time for natural or normal maturational change, 3 to 7 years. Length of treatment varies, but psychoanalysis generally lasts an average of 5 to 6 years or longer. Although psychoanalytic treatment used to be expensive, cost today ranges from as low as $10 a session with an analytic candidate in training at an institute to over $250 a session with a senior training analyst. Length of treatment varies. Local guru industry. Your local gurus capitalize on the self-improvement market size. Market data estimates that the U.S. self-improvement market was worth $11.6 billion in 2019, and that it contracted by 10% to $10.5 billion in 2020. Why? Because the industry does not measure personal growth, and you cannot measure personal growth. So you are put into a subscription model for self-help or personal development of repeated sessions, materials, and conferences. How much is the self-help industry worth in 2022? A whopping $43.77 billion. Thank you, COVID. The self-awareness segment is anticipated to grow at the highest compound annual growth rate of 6.9% from 2022 to 2030. Tony Robbins. In 2020, these seminars cost a good amount of money, but many people swear by them as life-changing events and worth their weight in gold. In short, even general admission tickets are costly. Tony Robbins seminars range from $650 for a general admission ticket to $2,995 for the higher-end VIP tickets. Let's go over Tony Robbins' coaching fees and guarantees. Tony Robbins Coaching Company states that Tony Robbins does not publish coaching fees. Coaching packages vary dramatically, from approximately $5,000 to over $15,000 for periods of 6 months to 12 months, with no guarantees or promises of performance. And there is nothing wrong with what the previously 3 approaches offer. In fact, I am grateful for Tony Robbins for branding the field of NLP in good light. Let's look at what the current costs are. Traditional psychology. 60 minutes times 5 sessions at 1 hour per session, because minimums don't work when it comes to our mental health and personal development, yields 300 minutes a week. 300 minutes a week times 52 weeks in a year yields 15,600 minutes a year, or 260 hours a year. 260 hours a year times 7 years equals 1,820 hours for minimum healing. 1,820 hours at a lowest rate of $10 per session with a noob or newbie that is practicing with little to zero practical experience costs you about $18,200 to get results over the course of 7 years minimum for natural or normal maturation to occur. Or at a rate of $250 per session with an experienced therapist costs you $455,000 for results that lasts an average of 5 to 6 years. Your local guru. Your local self-help guru has no known measurable number of sessions for results. They are mostly a subscription-based model, and results vary. It can be approximately $40,000 per engagement, an average of $20 per book, around $500 or more per session, and in the ballpark of $1,000 to $3,000 per conference. Tony Robbins. And lastly, we have Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins provides no known measurable number of sessions for results. Why is that? I wonder. His coaching packages range from periods of 6 to 12 months, and there are no guarantees or promises of performance. It is a minimum of $650 for a general admission ticket, $5,000 to $15,000 for coaching packages, and about $1 million for one simple technique on an emergency call. The technique is so simple and so basic, it is a great measure of how unaware the masses are of some basic humanistic principles. All of the information shared about Tony Robbins during this presentation came directly from his website, coaches, and testimonial videos. By the way, Tony Robbins went to the same school of thought that I did and studied under the same banner. The difference between myself and Tony Robbins is he only took the first course. I completed 3 and am finalizing my 4th, which is essentially a dissertation. There are a total of 7. If Tony Robbins created this massive company and massive change with one course, what do you think the power and possibilities of having all 4 completed can bring to your life? What we are doing is we are introducing a new technology to you that has the ability and capability to take you where your aspirations are. We are introducing true, genuine self-help as it is defined by the terms itself, because only you can give yourself the answers that lie within you from your personal experiences. What is it? It's called NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, Timeline Therapy, and Hypnosis. What is NLP? The foundation of NLP is modeling excellence and mastering communication. Neuro-Linguistic Programming, or NLP, Timeline Therapy, and Hypnosis is key for coaching, therapy, sales, understanding the relationship between mind, body, emotions, and actions, and most importantly, how to use this understanding to implement change and create the life and results you really want. NLP training enables you to take control of your thoughts, emotions, and actions to determine your own destiny. A scientifically proven way to fulfill your true potential and achieve happiness, love, freedom, and all the other riches life has to offer. This is a quantum leap in human evolution. Most people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars and an entire lifetime seeking mental health and answers to one's life and true purpose. This is huge. How many times have you told yourself, there has got to be a better way? Or, I just don't understand why this is happening to me in life. The coolest thing about this new technology is that it is all a visual and mental process. You can do it from the comfort and privacy of your home. And you don't necessarily have to speak about those things you don't want to speak about. You can take these practices anywhere and everywhere with you and apply them to yourself at any given point in time. How is this possible? There are 3 major breakthroughs in the mental health personal development industry with 2 important foundational principles. The 3 major breakthroughs are: number 1, NLP, or Neuro-Linguistic Programming; number 2, Hypnosis; and number 3, Timeline Therapy. And the 2 important foundational principles are: Number 1, modeling excellence. Number 2, mastering communication. Shortly stated, NLP, or Neuro-Linguistic Programming, is using your words to change the neuroplasticity of your brain towards new programming by leveraging the power of the mind. Hypnosis is relaxation plus suggestion. And timeline therapy is the baby NLP and hypnosis had together. You go through the timeline of your significant emotional events, observe the learnings, extract and release the emotions, and apply your learnings without re-triggering trauma or emotional reactions. The results of this remarkable new technology are fascinating. Taking into consideration the table we saw previously, the only true data we have using the scientific method is traditional psychology, which, as you just saw and heard, requires 15,600 minutes a year, or 260 hours a year, over the course of 7 years to yield results. 15,600 minutes a year times 7 years equals 109,200 minutes, or 1,820 hours. Divide 109,200 minutes by a minimum of 15 minutes per NLP session gives you a result that is 7,290 times faster, or 1,820 hours divided by 4 hours equates to 455 times faster to get results using technology of behavior. And this technology is ultra portable and location agnostic. You just have to set time aside for yourself, to be with yourself, to love yourself, so that you can create yourself as you choose to be. Let's see what the world has to say about NLP, hypnosis, and timeline therapy. Oprah Winfrey. It is not news that Oprah Winfrey is a strong believer of the possibilities of NLP, and she applies NLP principles in her personal life and career. She has been quoted saying, "NLP helps me to manage audiences and motivate them. It is just amazing." Coming from the #1 talk show host in the world, you have to believe it has really helped her manage a very large audience. Bill Clinton. Clinton is one politician whose charisma, even in the face of adversity, will be talked about for a long time. Since Clinton worked very closely with NLP big name Tony Robbins and got several critical advices from him, there are indications that his charisma and ability to handle pressure effectively stemmed from his NLP training. Anthony Robbins. On what NLP can do in the world of business and sales, Anthony Robbins, author of Awaken the Giant Within, once said, "I built my sales career from zero to become the world's best motivator by using NLP." A critical look at the definition of NLP given by Dr. Bandler, co-creator of NLP, in 2008 will help us understand why these Hollywood popular names are able to apply one NLP to different professions ranging from politics to acting to hosting TV shows and the rest. There are a couple of videos available on YouTube for you to see for yourself. The link has been made available on this screen for you to look up for yourself. For now, we will break down what is happening in these videos. The technique Oprah Winfrey is demonstrating is the pendulum, which has multiple uses from answers directly from your unconscious mind for various decisions. For example, what foods to eat, what decisions will lead you to your goals when you come to a crossroads, to answering questions on multiple choice tests. I used it for the California DMV test when I relocated back home. It had been some time since I have read the DMV handbook, and I passed with flying colors. This can also be used to controlling your physiology for results, such as weight loss. Donald Rumsfeld uses two techniques simultaneously during his address. He uses an active submodality switch by taking the submodalities of the individual and moving them to where he wants to, out of the individual's awareness, and uses Cartesian coordinates linguistics. Tony Robbins uses two techniques during this intervention session. He uses timeline therapy to determine the root cause of the trauma and an anchor technique to establish a new behavior. You don't have to be a high-level politician or high-level business person to have access to NLP or achieve results with NLP. The following are my personal results using this technology. My testimonial page of this website has multiple video testimonials available as well. Life was happening to me before I learned the language of the mind. Not anymore. Thank you, Mr. M, for helping me trust my own intuition. This trust has been of value beyond measure. My clients have benefited from me stepping into my own power and trusting myself, but most importantly, I feel inner peace and freedom. Daniela Skrekenghost, Possibility Mindset Coach. My personal struggles had gotten so bad before I met Mr. M that they were beginning to affect my work. Unsure of how to handle my psychological scars from my past after experiencing recent trauma-triggering occurrences in my current life, Mr. M was able to calm me down and led us to talk about the trauma that had been caused without having to battle reliving the incident. His knowledge and methods guided me in a way that allowed me to express my emotions and think through the matter without getting upset. Now, when I am looking back or facing a new difficulty, I am reminded of his approaches, and they aid in reminding me to concentrate on the wider picture and how to handle it. Would recommend Mr. M's services to anyone. Yvonne Morales, Veterinary, Vet Tech. I am so grateful to have trained with Mr. M. I considered myself a confident person before, but we only know what we only know. Mr. M showed me the confidence I could have, and as a result, I grew into that space more effortlessly. My work associates have noticed an up level in my communication. My children have felt a deeper connection. Action steps are easier, and I am simply happier all around. Thank you, Mr. M, for seeing the possibilities and even more for inspiring my new reality. Roxana Moror, Midwife. Before committing to my course with NLP, I knew there was more to my life and more to become. I just never felt like I had all of the tools necessary. After the course, I now understand that my life is my life and that it can be as great and as big as I want it to be. I now have more joy, some more positive energy than I ever knew I could have. I saw so many manifestations and miracles while in the course, including my 8-month-old son gaining weight after my wife and I were told by doctors that if he didn't gain, he would have to be admitted. The material and lessons shared by Mr. M truly helped me to see that there is a different way, a conscious way, to see my life and to build it the way I've always wanted it to be. I can't thank them enough, and for anyone that is on the fence, commit to yourself and commit to learning the strategies and techniques and commit to the journey of consciously ascending, and you will be so grateful that you did. Sean McEwen, Utah, USA. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Join the movement. The Who is Mr. M movement. How many of you still need to see more or other forms of practical application? Then you should really take a look at the sales testimonial videos on my testimonials page. On my testimonials page, there is a video of 15-year-old Chris. Chris was struggling using the script over the course of 2 months during his 3-month probation period. He was on the verge of being fired despite being a genius options trader. He didn't know sales. We applied a stacking anchors technique and an hour on the transference of emotions using tonality. And the video were the results that same day. Why hasn't this information been readily available to all? In the recent past, this content acquisition cost ran around $100,000 for the practitioner level. There are very few places where you can obtain this knowledge at zero costs by participating in certain government organizations. Only there you pay in blood, sweat, and tears, and you give your life away. My practitioner course is only $6,500 for now. The reason for this price difference is my mentor's goal is to transform the planet. Dr. Tad Everett James left his living body in the spring of 2021, and he is still alive today. When the news of this came to me, I took the oath I made to transform the planet to a whole new level. That's all, folks. We just showed you an attractive model capitalized by top echelon people, which you could benefit massively from. We've told you a way in which you could transform your life for your greater good. And I hope you got a hold of this concrete way in which you could achieve your dreams and aspirations. Be ready to take advantage of an opportunity. We have already studied the markets. What's left is to plan your strategy towards attending the course. If this looks good, sounds good, and feels good to you, then go ahead and focus, discuss with yourself, and handle the paperwork to completion, or register online. Know this, folks. The true essence and definition of value is the speed at which you attain results. Do you value yourself enough to give yourself your results at light year speeds? Do you love yourself enough to learn about yourself and master yourself? All you need is your approval, and I look forward to seeing you in class. And believe me, the only regret you'll have is that you didn't have this technology available to you sooner. If I never see you again, I hope you have an amazing life and that each experience is greater than the last. My name is Mr. M, and I am 100% destined to be a legend in the history of the cosmos. I will work harder. I will dial the phone faster. I will knock on more doors. I can handle more rejection. I am the most resilient, hardest working person you will ever meet, and have an intense desire to be a legend in the history of the cosmos. I remember always wanting to be the best at whatever I did. It is my own personal standard that I hold myself to. Now I know I have what it takes, and if you give me this opportunity, I promise you, I will break through any barrier, any obstacle. I will learn anything that needs to be learned. I will not stop until I am a legend in the history of the cosmos. I have spoken, and it is so. Period.